literally just left my chiropractor, and I just had a moment like when I just realized I know this, but sometimes just when you hear it or when you say it, right, it just adds that extra confirmation. And I came to the chiropractor because, you know, I knew I'd flown a lot going to Paris, coming back, and my right nerve in my leg or something was kind of hurting. So I know I had like a little pinched nerve from all that flying, I'm sure. So I had to tell them, yeah, I've been traveling. I went to Paris. I'm back. And as I was checking out, she was like, do you want to, you know, schedule something else for next week? And I was like, no, I can't. I won't be in town. I'm going to New York Monday morning from New York to LA. So I won't be in town any next week. Maybe the next week. And I was like, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed doing what
Melody Sherry has just made an announcement that is bigger than what most fans even expected. This is not only about an event, it is about a message, about growth, and about showing the world that no matter what life throws at you, you can rise and turn pain into power. Melody revealed that her second annual Winter Wonderland event is officially happening, and the details are already setting social media on fire. The event is set for December 20th, 2025, and from the way Melody described it, it will be more than just a party. It will be a night filled with music, lights, food, fashion, and pure holiday magic. The theme is an all-white cocktail attire affair, and anyone who has been to one of her events knows exactly what that means. Melody never does anything halfway. When she plans something, it is an experience. Every detail is intentional, every design is carefully thought out, and the vibe is always unmatched. The ticket prices alone tell you how grand this night will be. General admission is set at $231, while VIP tickets are $461.81. And for those who want to go even bigger, there are sponsorship opportunities available for around $1,700. That sponsorship package comes with major visibility. We are talking about brand placement, a vendor table, exposure across Melody's platforms, and even logo visibility on the Step and Repeat banner. That is not something you see often, because Melody is very intentional about who she allows to partner with her. She only made 5 sponsorship slots available, and that is for a reason. She does not want the event to feel crowded or oversaturated. She wants exclusivity, and she wants the brands and people who show up to feel like they are part of something special. That is the mark of someone who knows exactly how to build not just an event but an experience. Fans are already buzzing about this Winter Wonderland night. People are talking about the food, the DJ, the performances, and even the details of how the venue itself will look. But what has people most curious is that Melody has decided to keep the location private until closer to the date. At first, some people wondered why. But Melody explained that it is about safety and peace. She knows that she is constantly targeted with negativity from certain people who would love to cause chaos. So instead of giving them the chance, she is protecting her guests, her supporters, and her brand by keeping those details quiet until it is safe to share them. That shows wisdom and strategy. She is not just hosting an event, she is thinking about the safety of her supporters and making sure the night is nothing but joy. But the Winter Wonderland announcement is only half of the story. Melody also revealed that her 7th Avenue brand is officially going to be part of New York Fashion Week. That is not just big, it is massive. This is not about a small launch or a local event. This is global exposure. New York Fashion Week is where some of the biggest names in the fashion world showcase their work, and now Melody's brand will be there too. For an athleisure brand to make it to that stage, it means the quality, the designs, the presentation, and the brand image are operating at the highest level. This is Melody stepping into a space that many people never thought she would. And the best part is that she did it by putting in the work. Melody explained that she has been up late nights, sometimes as early as 4 or 5 in the morning, preparing everything for the launch. She has been working on the lookbook, planning the rollout, coordinating with her team, and making sure every detail is handled. That type of behind-the-scenes work is what most people never see. They only see the final results. But this proves why Melody continues to win. While others spend time in drama, arguments, and negativity, Melody is building. She is stacking wins one after the other. She is not just surviving after her divorce from Martell Holt, she is thriving and expanding her brand to global levels. Now, when we connect these two announcements, the Winter Wonderland event and New York Fashion Week, it becomes clear that this is bigger than just another event or fashion moment. This is Melody showing in real time that she has moved beyond the noise. She is creating joy for her supporters, giving them experiences, while also placing her brand in spaces that elevate her name internationally. That is the balance of growth. And it is also the reason why her name continues to spark tension among the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. No matter how many wins Melody stacks, there is always someone trying to downplay her success or attach themselves to her shine. Whether it is Martell Holt trying to bring her name up during his chaos, Marceau Scott throwing shade in his way, or even Destiny Payton finding ways to insert herself into Melody's storyline, the truth is the same: Melody's wins create reactions. And those reactions tell us everything about the dynamics in Huntsville. Let's look at Martell Holt for a moment. While Melody is preparing for Fashion Week, Martell has been in the headlines for arguments, custody battles, and a public image that continues to fall apart. Instead of being focused on building, he is caught up in back-and-forth drama with Ariane Curry and trying to repair damage he caused himself. That is the difference. One person is focused on building something lasting, while the other is still circling the same mistakes. When people see Melody walking into Fashion Week, they are going to ask the obvious question: what is Martell doing? And that comparison alone shows who is moving forward and who is standing still. Then we have the Scotts. Marceau and Maurice both know that Melody's name carries weight. No matter what business ventures they attempt, no matter what projects they pursue, the conversation somehow circles back to Melody. Even Kimmy, who has her own projects and is focused on her health, often gets pulled into the middle when the group drama involves Melody. And Destiny Payton, who was once Melody's friend, now finds herself on the outside. The distance between them has become one of the ongoing tensions on the show, and it is clear that while Melody has moved on, Destiny still gets tied to her name whenever the topic of loyalty comes up. Through all of this, Melody remains the center. Every conversation, every shade, and every conflict seems to come back to her. That is why the Winter Wonderland event is more than just a night out. It is a statement. It says, I am unbothered by the noise. I am still celebrating. I am still growing. And I am still winning. Fans see it. Supporters understand it. And even critics cannot deny it. When you add New York Fashion Week on top of that, it sends the message even louder. Melody is not just a reality star. She is a businesswoman, a creative, and a global brand builder. She is stacking achievements that go beyond the show, and that is what makes her so powerful. But there is another layer to Melody's announcement that ties into something deeper. Recently, Melody went live and made a very clear statement about her boundaries. She said she does not feel comfortable engaging with Ariane Curry's child. Some people thought that sounded harsh, but when you break it down, it is about wisdom, safety, and self-respect. Melody explained that when she sees Martell and Ariane's child at events, she goes the other way. Not because she blames the child, but because she refuses to put herself in a situation that can become messy, toxic, or painful. That is not cruelty, that is clarity. Think about what Melody went through. For years, Martell carried on a relationship with Ariane while still married to Melody. It was not a one-time mistake. It was a long-term betrayal that played out both behind closed doors and in public. Melody tried to hold her family together while Martell disregarded her feelings and even exposed their children to situations she did not approve of. That left deep scars. So now, Melody is not going to allow herself to be forced into any connection that brings back that pain. She said it clearly: this is not my child and I do not have to form a connection. Some may call that blunt, but it is honest. And it is a lesson in boundaries that many people need to hear. Boundaries are not about being mean. They are about protecting your peace. They are about saying no to situations that hurt you. They are about refusing to fake bonds for the sake of appearances. Melody is teaching not only her kids but also everyone watching that it is okay to walk away. It is okay to protect your peace even if people do not understand. That is strength. That is wisdom. And when you combine that with her wins, her events, her brand, her fashion week, what you see is a woman who has turned pain into purpose. Of course, not everyone will see it that way. Some critics will argue that Melody should try to form a bond, but those critics are not the ones who lived through her pain. They are not the ones who dealt with years of betrayal, disrespect, and public embarrassment. Melody is not blaming the child. She is holding the adults accountable for the chaos they created. And by stepping away, she is refusing to let that chaos touch her again. That is powerful. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, you see why Melody's announcements matter so much. It is not just about an event or a brand. It is about showing that success is the best response. Divorce did not define her. Betrayal did not define her. Public scandals did not define her. What defines her is the empire she is building afterward. And every ticket sold, every course launched, every event hosted, every brand collaboration, all of it proves that she is rewriting her story in real time. Now, when the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville sees Melody's wins, you can already imagine their reactions. Marceau with his side comments, Maurice with his quiet questions, Destiny with her shade, and Martel with his frustration. But none of it matters because the results speak for themselves. People are buying tickets. People are celebrating her. People are supporting her businesses. And now, New York Fashion Week has stamped her brand as one to watch. That is the kind of success you cannot argue with, and that is why Melody's announcement changes everything. It is bigger than an event. It is a statement about her journey, her resilience, and her future. She is not waiting for validation from anyone. She is building her own path, and the world is watching. What started as pain has turned into purpose. What started as betrayal has turned into a blueprint for growth. And what started as a storyline on a reality show has become a real-life example of strength and success.